Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're reading Bhagavatam. We are back outside again, where we had the Bug Fest the other day.
The incident.
The incidences.
Incidents.
I haven't seen any comments. Did anyone comment on that?
Yeah, no, you ain't seen any comment because you don't look at the comments. I have, and as you all know, I've responded to all your comments.
Okay.
As I always do. It's me that responds, by the way.
Yes, she is empowered representative.
Right.
Okay, so we're reading from the Bhagavatam. Hopefully no incidences will happen today.
I feel him already on me, you know?
Yeah, you're just paranoid. Okay.
There were two on that chair.
Where are we reading from?
We're reading from the back garden. Alright, Canto 4, Chapter 7, Text 36.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
The wife of Daksha prayed as follows: My dear Lord, it is very fortunate that you have appeared in this arena of sacrifice. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, and I request that you be pleased on this occasion. The sacrificial arena is not beautiful without you, just as the body is not beautiful without the head. That's a bit inappropriate and sensitive because her husband's got a goat fed. She may have said it. Oh, sorry, dear. Sometimes you say that.
Or maybe it's a kind of little bit of a
dig.
A dig, yeah, because we're getting
Everyone's
a lot of
doing that, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feelings of dig. Dig. Are you digging it?
Dig, yeah.
Alright.
Purport. Another name of Lord Vishnu is Yagneshvara. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that all activities should be performed as Vishnu Yagya for the pleasure of Lord Vishnu. Unless we please him, whatever we do is the cause of our bondage in the material world. This is confirmed herein by the wife of Daksha. Without your presence, the grandeur of this sacrificial ceremony is useless, just as the body without the head, however decorated it may be, is useless. The comparison is equally applicable to the social body. Material civilization is very proud of being advanced, but it is actually the useless trunk of a body without a head. Without Krishna consciousness, without an understanding of Vishnu, a Supreme Personality of Godhead, any advancement in a civilization, no matter how sophisticated, is of no value. There is a statement in the Hare Bhakti Sudodaya, Bhagavat Bhakti Hinasyaya, Jati Sastram Japas Tapa, Apra Nasyaiva Dehasya Mandanam Loka Ranjanam. The purport is that sometimes when a friend or relative dies, especially among lower class men, the dead body is decorated. Dressed and ornamented, the body is taken in procession. That sort of decoration of the dead body has no actual value because the life force is already gone. Similarly, any aristocracy or...
similarly without Krishna consciousness, right?
Similarly, any aristocracy, Similarly, any aristocracy, any social prestige, or any advancement of material civilization without Krishna consciousness is as good as the decoration of a dead body. The name of the wife of Daksha was Prasuti, and she was the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. Her sister Devahuti was married to Kardama Muni. We read that, remember? And Kapila Dev, the personality of Godhead, became her son. Prasuti then was the aunt of Lord Vishnu. She was asking the favour of Lord Vishnu in an affectionate mode, since she was his aunt. She sought some special favour. Also significant in this verse is that the Lord is praised with the goddess of fortune. Wherever Lord Vishnu is worshipped, naturally there is the favour of the goddess of fortune. Lord Vishnu is addressed as Amrita, transcendental. The demigods, including Brahma and Lord Shiva, were produced after the creation, but Lord Vishnu existed before the creation. He is addressed, therefore, as Amrita. Lord Vishnu is worshipped with his internal potency by the Vaishnavas. Prasuti, the wife of Daksha, implored the Lord to turn the priests into Vaishnavas instead of simply fruitive workers performing sacrifices for some material benefits. Interesting, this point Prabhupada makes about lower class men decorate the dead body. I've always thought everyone does that. I mean, not just the culture I was brought up in where you definitely do, but I thought people in the Western, you know what, you're dressed up in your Sunday best, or you don't just put your ripped jeans and t-shirt on, do you?
Well,
so I guess everyone is lower class in my lectures, really. I guess that's the point.
Yeah, in the West it's a whole thing, but I was under the impression that in India, whenever the person passes away, there's a whole speedy process just to make
to
get rid of the body.
No, you're right.
To cremate them before sunset.
No, you're right, in India, but I mean here, like my experience, I've seen quite a few dead bodies in my time, and they're all like from a very young age, I must say, and and they're all dressed up to the nines, and for the ladies, they specifically put them in their wedding sari, the point being we're done sort of thing, you know, and really fancy. Really.
Well, I think that might be from just following in the footsteps of Western culture. Yeah. Because it's not the usual done thing in Indian culture.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Once the soul has left, the body is considered more or less useless, and it's just gotten rid of as quickly as possible, basically.
No, that's true. When my uncle passed away, my dad's brother, it was very sad actually, because he asked them to, he flew out literally the next day, the first flight out, and it was and this was before, it sounds a bit weird, but mobile phones in there, they would ring up on the landline and you could barely hear them because they had to go out to some phone place to call us in the UK, and then they didn't keep. He literally literally got there the next day. They'd already done they already cremated him. It's like, wow, they already cremated him.
What did he ask them to do?
Can you wait till they get there? Oh. He's literally on the first flight out, and they didn't. I think.
Yeah, it's just a standard thing that you get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, but that's, Vedic culture, but someone, in the West, they don't get that, what is, no, we have to celebrate, we have to make them look nice, we have to, just think about it, you have to pay a whole undertaker to fix everything up. They basically, empty the body out, refill it with stuff, and they just get into a whole thing. They make a lot of money out of it also.
Yeah.
Just decorating a dead body.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how Prabhupada turns the whole thing around, and then at the end he says the wife of Daksha implored the Lord to turn the priests into Vaishnavas instead of simply fruitive workers performing sacrifice, which, to be honest, I didn't really get that at all.
No.
The sacrificial arena is not beautiful without you.
Yeah.
So
maybe he's reading it from another.
It's obviously commentary or something. Yeah. Okay, 737. The governors of various planets spoke as follows. Dear Lord, we believe only in our direct perception, and therefore we see you as a creation of the material world. But under the circumstances, we do not know whether we have actually seen you with our material senses. By our material senses, we can simply perceive the cosmic manifestation. But you are beyond the 5 elements. You are the 6th. Purport. The governors of the various planets are certainly materially opulent and very puffed up. Such persons are unable to understand the transcendental eternal form of the Lord. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that only persons who have anointed their eyes with the love of Godhead can see the personality of Godhead in every step of their activities. Also in the prayers of Kunti, Bhagavatam 1826, it is stated that only those who are akinchana gocharam, who are not materially puffed up, it means the opposite. It means like poverty-stricken, basically, can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Others are bewildered and cannot even think of the absolute truth. So like that, then, very, very powerful. So first we see governors of various planets. I mean, that's powerful in and of itself. It means that there are personalities on other planets, and they also have a hierarchical system. There's people who are in charge of the planet, controlling, dictating, managing, overseeing. And it says, we believe only in our direct perception. So that's, they're just saying that they only believe in, what they can see and touch and taste. So then it's interesting how they pose the question that under circumstances, we don't know whether we're seeing you with our material senses or not, because by our material senses we can simply perceive the cosmic manifestation of 5 elements, but you're the 6th. So I think it's quite powerful and poetic statement here that, they're confirming that we only believe what we see by direct perception, but when we're seeing you, you are just like out of this world, and we don't know if we're actually seeing you with our material senses, because you are clearly beyond those 5 elements. You're like the 6th element. So it's very nice. I like it.
Text 38. The great mystics said, Dear Lord, persons that see you as non-different from themselves, knowing that you are the super soul of all living entities, are certainly very, very dear to you. You are very favorable toward those who engage in devotional service, accepting you as the Lord and themselves as the servants. By your mercy, you are always inclined in their favor. Purport. It is indicated in this verse that the monists and the great mystics know the Supreme Personality of Godhead as one. This oneness is not the misunderstanding that a living entity is equal in every respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This monism is based on pure knowledge as described and confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Priyo he jnani no art yatam aham cha sacha mama priya. The Lord says that those who are advanced in transcendental knowledge and know the science of Krishna consciousness are very dear to him, and he also is very dear to them. Those who are actually in perfect knowledge of the science of God know that the living entities are superior energy of the Supreme Lord. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter. The material energy is inferior and the living entities are superior energy. Energy and the energetic are non-different. Therefore, energies possess the same quality as the energetic. Persons who are in full knowledge of the personality of Godhead, analyzing his different energies and knowing their own constitutional position, are certainly very, very dear to the Lord. Persons, however, who may not even be conversant with knowledge of the Supreme Personality, but who always think of the Lord with love and feeling, with faith, feeling that he is great and that they are his parts and parcels, ever his servitors, are even more favoured by him. The particular significance of this verse is that the Lord is addressed as Vatsala. Vatsala means always favourably disposed. The Lord's name is Bhaktivedanta. The Lord is famous as Bhaktivedanta, which means that he is always favourably inclined to the devotees, whereas he is never addressed anywhere in the Vedic literature as Jnani Vatsala. So the Lord is always known as Bhaktivedanta, inclined towards his devotees. It's quite funny, but he's not known as Jnani Vatsala.
It's true, it's an interesting point, very true.
So he's not known as the Lord who's inclined towards intellectuals.
Gyanis, those who are just seeking after knowledge Bhakti mam abhijanati yavanyaschasmi chattvataha. That the Lord can only be known by the process of bhakti. Otherwise, we can, as Prabhupada says, we can speculate for hundreds of thousands of lifetimes trying to understand the Lord and still never get it right. Better we hear from a devotee in line of disciplic succession, and then we already understand. We develop some bhakti like that. Bhakti mam abhijanati. Okay, so we'll finish here. Thank you all very, very much. Once again, nice to be with you. Hope you're having an amazing time. Please read the Srimad Bhagavatam. Remember also Bhadra Purnima is coming up. And if you'd like to sponsor a set of Srimad Bhagavatams, then do let us know so we can get it to you or sponsor it, put it in. So if you want any more information, just send us a message. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.